We turn a handle and clean water flows into our glasses. We flush a handle and our waste disappears. It's an effortless, frictionless illusion. In reality, residential and commercial plumbing places highly pressurized potable water supply lines, fractions of an inch away from gravity-fed drains, carrying raw, toxic sewage. This physical proximity creates a high-stakes biosecurity system, where even a minor structural failure can mix the two streams. Historically, before strict engineering standards existed, that exact mixing unleashed massive epidemics of cholera and other waterborne diseases. Public health cannot be left to a localized honor system. Chapter 1 of the National Plumbing Code manages this risk through a triangle of accountability. This framework legally binds three specific entities, the owner, the master plumber, and the state, to a rigid set of safety responsibilities. Codifying these roles transforms water safety from a private consumer choice into a heavily regulated, uncompromising state mandate. Look at the code. Section 100 establishes the first rule, making it explicitly unlawful for an average building owner to execute their own plumbing work. Instead, Section 101 dictates that a permit can only be issued to a registered and licensed master plumber. This professional assumes the legal and technical burden for the project. They are responsible for designing the system, applying for the permit, and submitting 6 complete sets of technical plans for official review. To legitimize these documents and accept that liability, the master plumber must provide a specific administrative proof. Section 107.1 requires a standardized round seal containing their registration details on every application and plan. This creates an intentional legal bottleneck. No project can begin until a licensed professional swears their expertise and attaches their personal liability to the design. This brings us to the final point of the triangle, the administrative authority. This is the government, acting as the ultimate reviewer to verify plans and issue the permit. Securing a permit does not grant the owner or the plumber immunity. The government retains the power to halt work, demand corrections, or completely revoke the permit if construction violates the code. To enforce the rule of no concealment, Section 105.1 forbids hiding any portion of the plumbing system until it passes a visual inspection. Furthermore, the government inspector conducting this review must also be a registered and licensed master plumber. The state verifies the work using a peer of equal expertise. It forms a closed loop of professional accountability, ensuring only qualified experts sign off on systems that impact human health. Eventually, the system passes its final tests. The walls are closed, the building is occupied, and the initial construction phase ends. Section 104.3 shifts the long-term burden of compliance onto the building owner or their designated agent. They become legally responsible for maintaining the system in its proper operating condition, regardless of who moves in or how the occupancy changes. This administrative framework forges an unbroken, legally documented chain of custody from the very first blueprint to decades of daily operation. Behind every safely turned wrench, there is an invisible architecture of laws and licensed professionals working to keep our water clean, our buildings safe, and our society healthy.